Namaste everyone. Welcome to first lecture of polynomials. This is Rajesh. In this lecture we will first see syllabus and what we mean by zero of a polynomial. Let us see syllabus first. Zero of a polynomial. Relationship between zeros and coefficient of quadratic polynomials. Statement and simple problems on division algorithm for polynomials with real coefficients. Now let us revise what we have done in 9th standard. Polynomials in one variable. We have an example like 5x power 6 plus 10x power 5 minus 15x square plus 15. Here we have used variable x, so only one variable is used, and this is polynomial. Degree of this polynomial is 6. Okay, let us define what is polynomial in one variable. So the algebraic expression of the form px equal to an x power n plus an minus 1 x power n minus 1 plus, like that I will continue till I get a constant term like a0 here, where an minus 1, an minus 2, a1, a0 are all real numbers and n is a non-negative integer and an is not equal to 0 is called polynomial in one variable of degree n. In this example, x is variable. Here px, it is a symbol to denote the polynomial in variable x, n is denote the degree of polynomial, an denote the coefficient of x power n, and an x power n, an minus 1 x power n minus 1, a1 x power 1, a0 etc. are the terms of the polynomial. So if you see few conditions, first is that your n should be a non-negative integer. Non-negative integer means it should be a whole number. So for all variables the degree should be a whole number. Second thing is that all the coefficients of x power n minus 1 etc. they are all should be real number. And thirdly, I will say that this is a polynomial of degree n when an is not equal to 0. Rest all coefficient can be 0, but for polynomial of degree n the coefficient of x power n should be a non-zero number. Right, in this example, if you compare this example with this definition, value of n is 6, value of an is 5, value of n minus 1 we get 5, so an minus 1 is 10. For x power 4 I have nothing, so for x power 4 the power will be n minus 2 and an minus 2 will be 0, and like that. Okay, so this is our polynomial in one variable. Now we have discussed types of polynomial based on number of terms, based on degree. In 10th standard, polynomial based on degree is important, so I am discussing types of polynomial based on degree. So based on degree I have constant polynomial, linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial. Constant polynomial is a polynomial with degree 0. So 2, 3, 5, 7 etc. are the examples of constant polynomial. Now here 0 is also a constant polynomial, but we give that a special name called a zero polynomial. Linear polynomial, for linear polynomial degree is 1. Examples are x plus 2, y plus 5 etc. For quadratic polynomial degree is 2. Example is 2x square plus 5. So here you can see that power is 2, maximum power. Here you can see maximum power is 1. Here you can see that we have constant term. Means if I want to write, I can write this constant as 2 into variable power 0. We know that anything power 0 is 1. So x power 0 will give me answer as 1, provided x should not be equal to 0. And for cubic polynomial degree is 3. So 8x cube, 2x cube plus x plus 1 etc. are the examples of a cubic polynomial. Now 0 of a polynomial. We have discussed this 0 of a polynomial also in our 9th standard. For a polynomial, there could be some values of the variable for which the polynomial will be 0, these values are called zeros of a polynomial. Sometimes they are also referred as roots of the polynomial. Now, if px be the given polynomial, to find the 0, we set this polynomial equal to 0. So, if a polynomial px is given and I want to find 0, so what I will do, I will equate this px, this polynomial, with 0. And whatever value of variable I get, that will be my 0. And if I put that value in the equation, I will get answer as 0. So that will be the 0 of polynomial, right? So 0 of a polynomial is that value of variable for which the value of expression becomes 0. That is, the value of px becomes 0. So if I say z is the 0 of polynomial, then what happens? Pz will become 0. Now let us understand geometric meaning of 0 of a polynomial. So far we have studied what is a 0 of polynomial, and as you have done problems related with zeros of polynomial in your 9th standard, you must remember how you are calculating zeros and what is 0 of a polynomial. Now let us see geometric meaning, that means how we are going to use them in case of geometry. So here first I will consider a linear polynomial 2x plus 1. If I want to draw the graph of this 2x plus 1, I will consider y equal to 2x plus 1. We can say that fx equal to 2x plus 1, px equal to 2x plus 1, or y equal to 2x plus 1. Here y is indicating the value of this whole 2x plus 1. So for different values of x, I have different values of y, and I can plot the respective values of this polynomial and value of x on the graph paper. So for doing that, I need some values of x and y which satisfies this equation. To get those values, we can start with x equal to 0. So when I take x equal to 0, I will get y equal to 1. So x equal to 0 and y equal to 1. So 0, 1 is one point on the graph paper which I can plot to represent this y equal to 2x plus 1 when x is equal to 0. So I will first enlist few values. 2 sets are sufficient, but it is better that I enlist at least 3 sets, right? So I take first x is equal to 0 and got one value of y. Similarly, if I put this y equal to 0, I will get the value of x as minus half. So x is minus half when y is 0. And let us take one more point. So I will take x is equal to 1. So when x is equal to 1, I will get y is equal to 3. So I have one more set, 1, 3. So I have these 3 sets. Using these 3 sets, I can draw the graph. Here you can see that we have drawn a line. Now all the points on this line satisfies this relation, which is y equal to 2x plus 1. Okay. Now let us discuss what we mean by 0 of the polynomial. So for 0 of the polynomial, I will set value of px equal to 0, or here in this case I will set value of y equal to 0. So value of y is equal to 0, I equate and I will get 2x plus 1 is 0. That gives me the value of x as minus half. So value of x is minus half. Now this x is equal to minus half, this is the x coordinate. If you see in this diagram, this is x coordinate of the line where it cuts the x-axis, right? So 0 of the polynomial, okay, this is our geometric meaning, that if we have a graph, then in that case the graph where it cuts the x-axis, that gives me the 0 of polynomial. So if I consider a linear polynomial ax plus b, you can see here that y is equal to 2x plus 1. If I want to check the relation between this 0 and these coefficients, so what I find that x is equal to minus 1 by 2. Okay, so minus 1 by 2, here 1 is this number and 2 is this number. So it is minus this constant term divided by coefficient of x. So for a linear polynomial x plus b, the 0 is minus b by a. So here I have discussed in short the relationship between 0 and coefficient of variables, right? Okay, so I hope you have understood for linear polynomial what is the relation of 0 or how the 0 of a polynomial is related geometrically. It is always the x coordinate where the line cuts x-axis. Now, there could be a possibility that this line does not cut this x-axis. It can go straight parallel to x-axis. In that case, we have no zero possible. So it may possible that for a linear equation you have no zero, and at the most you have 1 0, right? So line can cut x-axis maximum at one point. Now let us see geometric meaning for quadratic polynomial. So we will take one quadratic polynomial x square minus 3x minus 4. Here also I will consider y is equals to x square minus 3x minus 4, and I will find out few points which satisfies this relation. So here we have few points. Now in these points I have taken value of y 0 also to see where they cut x-axis. So this is our graph. Now you can see that they are cutting x-axis at point -1, 0 and 4, 0. If you find 0 of this quadratic polynomial, then also you will get value of x or value of 0 as -1 and 4. From the graph you can easily see that they are nothing but they are the points where graph cuts the x-axis. So they are the x coordinates of the point where graph cuts the x-axis. Also this x coordinate of the point where it cuts the x-axis, right? So fine. Now here again there is maximum 2 points where the graph can cut x-axis. So for a quadratic polynomial we have at the max 2 zeros. Now in case of quadratic polynomial we can have 6 different ways of drawing the graph. So the graph of the equation has first of all 2 shapes. Either they will open upward like this or they will open downward like this, depending on whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. So whether they are opening up or they are opening down, it depends on the coefficient a. So the coefficient of x square. If the value of a is positive, we have this kind of graph where it is opening upward, and when we have a value negative, then in that case we have graph like this where it is opening downward. These curves are called parabola. So for quadratic polynomial, if we draw the graph, those graphs are parabolas. Now depending on how many point parabola cut the x-axis, we can have 3 cases. Case 1, here x-axis is cut at 2 distinct points a and a dash. So you can see in the graph that when it is opening upward, it is cutting at a dash and a. When it is opening downward, again it can cut x-axis at 2 different points. These 2 different points could be at anywhere along x-axis. Now the second possibility is that it will cut x-axis exactly at one point like this. So and third case will be that the graph will not cut x-axis at any of the point. From these 3 cases also we conclude that at most 2 points the graph can cut the x-axis. Now let us see cubic polynomial. So we have taken an example of x cube minus 4x. Here again I will take y is equals to x cube minus 4x and find few points which satisfies this relation and draw the graph. So this is graph. You can see that this graph cut x-axis at 3 points. One is -2, 0, one is 0, 0 and one is 2, 0. If I simplify this relation and find zeros, I will find that there are 3 zeros. One is x equal to -2, x equal to 0 and x equal to 2, and from graph also we can see that there are 3 zeros, and these 3 points are nothing but the x coordinates where this graph cut the x-axis. So in case of cubic polynomial I have at the most 3 zeros possible. So far with the help of this linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, we have understood that the maximum number of zeros depends on degree of the polynomial. So if the degree of polynomial is n, we have at the max n zeros. So in general, given a polynomial px of degree n, the graph of y equal to px intersect the x-axis at most n point. Therefore the polynomial px of degree n has at most n zeros. So we have understood about zeros of polynomial. Already we have done this thing in 9th standard. Here in 10th standard we have extended this topic and understand their geometric meaning. And in their geometric meaning it is very simple that the zeros of polynomial, they only indicate the x coordinates where the graph of polynomial cut the x-axis. Now let us see few problems based on this concept. Question 1 is the graph of y equal to px is given for some polynomial. Find the number of zeros of px in each case. Now in this first case, we can see that the graph is parallel to x-axis. It is not cutting the x-axis. So in this case, our 0 is means we have no zeros. So since the graph does not touch the x-axis at any point, therefore the number of zeros is 0. So we have no 0 here. Now here you can figure out that this graph is cutting x-axis at one point only. So I will say that number of 0 in this case is 1, right? Similarly here 1, 2, 3, at 3 point it is cutting. So number of zeros here is 3. And this example 1, 2, at 2 point the graph is cutting x-axis. So number of 0 is 2. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of 0 in this question is 4. Here 1, 2 and 3. You can see that here it is touching. It is not going like this and coming like this. So I will consider this 1 point, second point and third point. So here number of zeros is 3. Okay. So like this you can have question for 1 mark where graph is given and you have to identify how many zeros are possible, right? Okay. And next lecture we are going to see a relationship between zeros of polynomial and coefficients of variable. So already we have discussed that thing in case of linear polynomial. We will discuss this in more detail in our next lecture. Thank you.